Sattik Mondal. Very interesting, this child was born with a condition where both the one of the ventricles were not developed and also one of the arteries to the lungs was not developed. So basically you can say this child was born with one chamber, one ventricle, which is a condition which is very difficult to survive. Most of the children with this condition would have died. So I must say Sattik was also a fighter, because initially he had a stenting of a duct, which is as you put a stent in adults, same stent was applied to a duct, which made him survive. Finally had to go another operation which we call a bidirectional shunt, where we connect a separate connection with the lungs and one of the great vessels, and the whole idea is to separate all the blood going to the lungs, because one of the ventricles which is responsible for the heart development and function was not there. So we have to bypass the blood into the lungs, which has to be done in stages. And I must say he was a fighter. He underwent all the stages. He was referred to us for the final stage Fontan operation, which was also a long process, and every stage had to be initially evaluated by echocardiography, X-ray and cardiac catheterization to make sure that he is a good candidate and his survival for surgery is more than 99%. So Sattik went through all these procedures and he had a very successful results from the surgery, and he went home without any complications.
This child was a case of tricuspid atresia with pulmonary atresia. So right-sided both valves were atretic. So see, this child can only have one functional atrium, one functional ventricle. So the other thing which could happen, the lung supply was not there. So he first underwent PDA stenting in 2008, followed by a bilateral, bidirectional BD gland shunt in 2009. So after this surgery, the child was doing well with an oxygen saturation in mid-80s. But gradually with time, when the saturations started dropping, which is the normal course, the child came to us for a completion Fontan operation. By completing Fontan operation, we just divert the blood of the right side completely into the lung so that the oxygen saturation improves. This serves as a passive pathway, whereas we all know that the dynamic pathway is only one, which is the left-sided chamber, which is the only functional ventricle. The right-sided does not work. So we have made this entire circuit in series, so the child can have blood from the peripheries which goes to the lung. So the lung gets increased blood supply which goes to the left side, and the oxygen level of this child is maintained. As of now, his functional status is quite good, but we all know that over a period of time, a single ventricle cannot take the whole body's course. So he will probably end up with a heart transplant at 40-50 years of age. But as of now, this child is doing well. He's in a normal course of life, and with normal intelligence, his oxygen levels are good, his fitness is great, and he's NYHA class 1 as of now, which is what is very rewarding.